Hi, my name is Christy Novak. My lesson title is Cool to Rule, Estimations and Measurements. Curriculum Standard, Mathematics, Grade 3, 11A. Use linear measurements to estimate and measure lengths using standard units. Lesson objective. By the end of the lesson, the students will know and understand measurements and be able to estimate lengths of classroom objects and measure them using feet, inches, centimeters, and millimeters. I am using the cooperative learning structure. Time for the focus. Alright, today we are going to learn how it is cool to rule. Now we're going to divide up into groups of 3. So I'm going to number you off. You are number
1, 2, 3.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question. You see that door there? How many feet tall do y'all think that might be?
5 feet.
5 feet? Anybody else have a guess?
6 feet.
What would your guess be?
5.
Okay, good job. Talk amongst yourself for just a minute, see if y'all can come to a conclusion if you think it's 5 or 6 feet. Okay, number 2, stand up. Did y'all come to an agreement? Can't hear you.
Yes.
Okay, what do you think?
5.
Okay. And just to let y'all know, for the rest of the lesson, these right here are going to be your participation chips. Every time you participate, put one into the cup. Every participation chip must be spent, okay? You know what you were doing when you were guessing how tall that door is? Say it again.
Estimating.
Estimating. Good job. Y'all are getting good at estimating. So now we're going to learn a little more. Now it is time for the instruction. All right, there's several different forms of measurement. Y'all each have 2 sets of rulers in front of you. One has inches and centimeters, and the other has centimeters and millimeters. What do we use this for? Number 2?
Measure.
Good job. Whenever we're measuring stuff, how would we want to measure it? Do we want to measure it so that it's close? Like, would we want to measure, say, how tall I am? Do we want to measure that in centimeters?
No.
Would we want to measure it in miles?
No. You have to be a pretty big person.
What would we probably use if we were measuring it?
Feet.
Good job. All right. Now I want number 1 to pull out the book. All right. Now, what unit of measurement do you think y'all would use? I want you to talk amongst yourself. Okay. Number 3, what did y'all decide on?
Inches.
Good job. Put a participation chip in here. Okay. Now I want number 2. Can you measure that in inches?
It is 5.5 inches. Oh, I messed up. A little bit over 8 inches.
Good job. Okay, write that down under book. Actual measurement is 8 inches. For the guided practice, now we're going to do. All right, here's this pink eraser. Now talk amongst yourselves, what unit do you think you would use? This is guided practice. What did y'all decide on, number 1?
Centimeters.
Good job. Put a participation chip in there. There we go. All right, number 3. Can you use centimeters to measure this pink eraser? First guess. Let's estimate first. How many centimeters do you think that might be? Number 3? 4 centimeters?
3.
All right. Number 3, go ahead and measure.
Almost 6 centimeters.
Good job. And I would also have them repeat these steps with a window, maybe the teacher, paper clip, penny, unsharpened pencil, different measurements so they can describe what unit they would use, estimate, and actually measure. Now moving on to independent practice. All right, flip to y'all's next pages. Okay, Cool to Rule, estimating and measuring. The students are each given a worksheet and asked to describe what unit they would use for each of these lines to measure, and then estimate how long it is, and then actually measure them.
Okay, can we start now?
Yep. Here you go. Just a few seconds. A few minutes. Great job, y'all are really smart. Okay, now it is time for closure. All right, students, remember, whenever you have something tall like me, you're not going to use centimeters or,
Millimeters.
right, you wouldn't going to use that to measure me. What would you want to use again?
Feet.
Good job. And what if you were going to measure like a football field? Would you use inches,
Meters.
meters, or
Inches. Feet.
we're at the
Yards.
10-yard line, 50-yard line. Good job.
Touchdown.
So everybody switch to the next page, your math journals. And I would like y'all to estimate how tall you think this broom is and write it down. How tall do you think this broom is?
Can you sit down and take it?
No. How tall do you think this broom is? Okay, and then I would like you to draw a picture of something that you would use inches to measure. So not like an elephant or an airplane, something smaller, because that's a smaller form of measurement, that you would use inches to measure. And that concludes my lesson. Thank you.